of Our Own, what you need to know about your 4-year-old's development. Plus, watch your child have a blast with a do-it-yourself volcano. That's all coming up on A Place of Our Own. Hi, I'm Debbie Gutierrez, and welcome to A Place of Our Own. A Place of Our Own is designed just for you. Parents, grandparents, child care providers, friends, neighbors, anyone who takes care of young children. As you know, every interaction you have with your child is a learning opportunity, so the early years of childhood are very important. Those interactions actually help shape the course of your child's development for life. That's why we say you are your child's first teacher. If you have more than one child, you probably realize that each of your kids has grown and developed at a different rate. Those differences in development and growth are part of a concept we call ages and stages. And on today's show, you'll learn what to expect if your child is between 4 and 5 and almost ready for kindergarten. Plus, imagination expert Alec Kokiko has a terrific learning activity for 4-year-olds. Right, Alec?
Thanks, Debbie. Today I brought a really visual, hands-on idea to get your 4-year-old's curiosity going. It's a homemade volcano, and you can make it with materials you have right in your own kitchen.
Thanks, Alec. Ages and stages from 4 to 5. That's our topic today on A Place of Our Own.
Exclusive corporate funding for A Place of Our Own is provided by...
Is it possible to have a car and a clean environment? Can solar power become mainstream? Can business be a force for good? We think so, and the people of BP are going beyond petroleum to try.
Major funding is also provided by...
It's just a donut. It's just a donut and some cookies. It's just a donut, cookies, and some soda. But it's not just that. It's obesity, it's type 2 diabetes, it's heart disease, and it's in your hands.
We are your children. We are your future. We are first 5LA champions for our children.
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional support is provided by the following.
Welcome to A Place of Our Own. I'm Debbie Gutierrez, and today we're continuing our series on ages and stages with a focus on kids from 4 to 5. Joining me now are Ronnie, Sandra, and Sonia. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also with us is Susan Baxter. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Debbie.
We love having you here.
Thank you.
Susan is an early childhood education instructor and the mother of 4, so she has some great insight on ages and stages. Susan, what do we need to know about our blossoming 4-year-old?
4-year-olds are an amazing age because they're really waking up to the world. So there's a huge explosion in language, and so they're really trying to figure language out and how it works, and they're very verbal, so they're asking why. Plus, they also all think they have the answer to those whys, and they know, and they're so empowered by their knowledge. They're developing a real interest in socialization and the concept of friendships. So we have language, we have friendship, and they're still really physical and active in their body. They have to climb, play, run, and their body now is not, they're not trying to learn how to work their body, they're actually using their body to invest in their play. So then we see a lot of physical activity as well as imagination. Their imagination and their desire for dramatic play and creative elements is also a really important aspect of a 4-year-old.
So your world is just full of things blossoming at 4 years old.
Yes, absolutely.
How exciting for everybody involved, really. Today's letter is from Irene Lopez, mom of a 4-year-old, and she writes, Dear Debbie, I'm raising a 4-year-old. Are there any special techniques that you can share with me for a child her age? What skills should a 4-year-old have? Susan, what skills should a 4-year-old have?
Well, the one great thing about 4-year-olds is they start to really have their own self-help skills, so they need supervision still on brushing their teeth and so on and so forth. They can really do a lot of things themselves. They love to help around the house. They're in a stage of initiative, so involving them in chores and grocery shopping and sweeping the floor, and plus they take it on themselves. I remember one of my children decided they were going to help me fix my sewing machine, but they had no idea how to put it back together again. So, you know, and it's about the process process for them. And so sometimes they don't finish things up, and it's really all right that they don't finish
Well,
things.
can I ask you what, because, you know, there's going to be a lot of parents that are frustrated standing back while they're trying to watch their 4-year-old fold dish towels.
Yes.
What are they learning during that process? We're not looking at the end result. So what as a parent can I tell myself? They're learning...
They're learning that their participation in the family is valued, that they're a social being, and they're learning then fine motor skills, eye-hand coordination, and all the things that would come with the folding skills. And so it's, you know, for a few months or a year or two, you maybe have to let go of perfection and, you know, realize that it's really contributing to their development and creating a space where they can explore and play and ask questions and figure out how things work, and that kind of dramatic, you know, involvement is really important for them.
Dramatic involvement. When you were here with 3-year-olds, when we were discussing 3-year-olds, that's when they were starting their dramatic play. Is it still important for a 4-year-old?
It's, I would say, even more important because they're really waking up to the world, and through dramatic play is how they process their social emotional understanding of, you know, of their world, and so they're really invested in it now.
Now, is this an age where they're starting to find friends, people like them, people they want to be associated with?
They're fascinated with friendship and the idea of friendship. Their friendship's still pretty egocentric in that they like kids who are nice to them or who have the same things as them. Or, I know. So that's exactly right. So they're exploring it, and their friends aren't really stable at this point. The family is still their parent. Is still really important, or their care provider is still a really important social base for them. But yes, they love the concept of socializing and talking.
Yes, boy, do they like to talk.
Yes,
Ronnie, what is your advice for our letter writer?
Well, you know, an interesting thing that Susan said about friendships, because I know my 4-year-old, her friends are very important to her, but one of the issues we're dealing with and working with her on is learning how to cooperate with their friends, how to negotiate. She loves having friends over for a play date, or they're playing at preschool, but if, you know, my Sarah wants to do one thing, she's mad if her friends don't want to do the same thing.
We have an expert. You can ask her what to do. She'll give you an answer to that.
But we're working on that, and how they can negotiate, and how it's more fun if we do 5 minutes of yours first, then 5 minutes of someone else's. You know, it's that kind of, you know, compromising.
Is a 4-year-old ready for those compromises, Susan?
They're certainly ready to understand it's not your turn. They're really not, and they're starting to understand the concept of sharing, but they're not really interested in sharing yet. Right. So, you know, but it's your turn now. Now it's their turn, or that kind of thing. They're definitely ready to attend to it and process.
So, how's your 4-year-old responding to?
Actually, pretty great, because I tell her, you know, you have a lot more fun when you're happy and cooperating than if you're fighting all the time. We just talk about, you know, look how happy you are, or how much joy it brings you to make your friend happy. And then we have a thing where if a friend is over for a play date, the guest gets to choose first. And she really gets that concept, actually. And so she's very willing to do that. It seems to, now that she's really turned 4, it seems to work much better.
Plus, 4-year-olds don't hold on. They move on. Once their anger's over, their issue's over, they're quite happy in 5 minutes later to be friends again. It's not,
oh, right.
They don't kind of make it draw out forever.
It's true. It's not very dramatic, like at 6. Hang on. Because at 6, you're in for a whole new world. Right. Sandra, how about you with your grandchild?
Well, you know, with my granddaughter, I care for my granddaughter, and I care for other children also, and I have 2 4-year-olds. So with my granddaughter, she's very bossy. And but you know, they're at a very competent stage. She can do a lot more things. She always wants to be the leader. And so I have to remind her that she can't, you know, she has to share that role, that sometimes it's okay, her friend has to be the leader too. And with that competence, you know, they still need the guidance, because one day they decided to do hair cutting. And they had scissors, and they were supposed to be cutting paper, but it turned out that they had a beauty shop, and so everybody got a haircut that day. And Janelle cut her hair.
A real haircut?
Well, just a little bit of each hair, each person's hair. So Janelle's best friend got a little clip on her hair, and then Janelle had a little nip from her hair, and then they included their friend Albert in there and cut a little bit of his hair. So all 3 children got a haircut. So they do need that guidance and supervision, even though they feel competent that they can do a lot of things. They need a little help.
Yeah, they do. Well, they're sharing.
They share.
Everybody got a turn. Sonia, how about you? You take care of 4-year-olds.
Absolutely. And what I was thinking, as Susan mentioned about they enjoy being little helpers, and they are little helpers, what we do is we'll put a chart up, and they'll be looking forward to every Monday to see where their name is, to see what they'll be doing. For example,
what do you have on that chart?
For example, feeding the pets, flowering the plants, setting the table, and they'll say, oh, my name is here. I'm going to be able to do this for the whole week. And so, for example, setting the table, have 2 4-year-olds or a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old set it up, and they just enjoy doing that. And it's long enough where they actually are able to learn how to do it correctly and properly. And I think the end result is that they feel that I can do it.
Right, and that confidence is real important to a 4-year-old.
That's right, and then they go back and they figure it out through dramatic play, which is why dramatic play is so critical at this age. They live their real life, and then they go back and act it out, and they figure out mommy's role and daddy's role and the care provider's role and the dog's role and the cat's role, and, you know, the grocery clerk and the person at, you know, a fast food restaurant or whatever, and they play those things through to internalize them and really understand how all these people work in their life.
We're hearing some terrific ideas on raising 4-year-olds. Don't go away. We'll be right back. For more information on ages and stages from 4 to 5, go to our web address or call the National Child Care Information Center at 1-800-616-2242. Up next, inside the inquisitive and energetic world of a 4-year-old. And still to come, watch your 4-year-old's reaction when together you create a homemade volcano. We're learning a lot about 4-year-olds today. Here's a closer look. Your 4-year-old's world is growing and changing every day. Between 4 and 5, they're refining their skills and developing many new ones.
Are you making a sand angel?
Yeah.
This is an exciting time for Denise and her 4-year-old daughter, Samantha.
The most amazing thing about having a 4-year-old is discovering the world all over again through their eyes. Just the newness of everything to her, it's really refreshing, and it's so neat to watch her grow and develop.
Your 4-year-old is more physically active than before and is beginning to master skills like running and climbing.
It's so exciting because it's such an ideal age. They're very active in the sense that they've learned new motor skills. They're jumping, they're learning to hop on one foot more efficiently, they're running faster, and they also want to sort of show off a bit. They want to show, you know, all their skills, so they want to climb up faster, they want to do things that are more active.
At this age, play is an important tool that enables your child's imagination to really take off.
I'm a chef. See me? I have something in here.
Children always learn through play, and particularly in ages 4 to 5, what happens is that they engage in a lot of what we call dramatic play. And to put it simply, what dramatic play is how they play with their imagination.
Dramatic play allows your kids to express themselves and use their creativity, plus enables them to understand their experiences.
I feel when they do dramatic play, they're somewhere different, and then they're able to come back. And that's their free time. That's their free time to express themselves.
Because I'm a mom.
At this age, they take activities that they see in everyday life that their parents are involved in, such as shopping or cooking or going to have the car washed. And they take those activities and they start role-playing. They start acting them out.
Oh, hi, Julian. I need to get earrings on. Earrings? What are those?
4-year-olds are also continuously expanding their vocabulary and building on their language skills.
I want this one. I would like this one.
You like that one?
I want brown.
That matches. That's right.
I want brown.
Language development in 4 to 5-year-olds has grown so much since they were younger.
This is bad.
They describe things more. They can tell you stories more. For example, they know that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end in things.
I'm going to make a sandwich.
They also, which is great at this age, have a wonderful sense of humor.
At this age, most children are great talkers and love to ask lots of questions.
What's that up there?
That's a tall mountain.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
All these why questions are really to gather more information, to learn how the world works, but also to develop more language.
Socially, your 4-year-old is starting to understand the meaning of friendship and is better able to play cooperatively with others.
Sam, are you home? We come to visit. Yay!
Come on in.
Come on in, she said.
Noah, I brought some toys up for you.
4-year-olds Samantha and Noah have been friends for a while and enjoy playing together.
This is my friend Noah.
Having Noah as a friend means a lot to her because she has somebody who understands her, who's on her level, and who enjoys doing the same things that she does. They have a lot of the same interests.
Children at this stage take great pride in their accomplishments. So to build your child's self-esteem, it's important to give her plenty of encouragement.
They want praise. They want to see the work that they do, that it's valued. So pictures should be hung up. Drawings that are special should be kept in a special place with their name and sort of kept as a memory that's important to the parents or other adults in their lives.
Your 4-year-old is also becoming increasingly more independent and assertive.
In the past 3 or 4 months, Samantha has been a lot more independent in her thinking instead of just taking our word for it. She has her own idea about what she wants to do, and she wants to argue that point.
Samantha.
What?
Bring your animals down here. We're going to go soon anyway.
No, I want to play. No, I want to play with Noah.
4 to 5-year-olds often think they can do many things more than what they can actually do, and they want to do it on their own.
I'm here at the hat.
The year between 4 and 5 is an exciting time. Your child is making amazing strides, physically, emotionally, and in her use of language.
May I go in the back, please? Yeah.
Be sure to enjoy it.
Here we go.
Susan, there's so much going on with a 4-year-old. How do we follow their lead?
By observing them. I know we talk a lot about observation, but by observing them and letting them answer the questions. They ask why, you say, that's a really good question, why do you think? And you know, watch their play and create more things that will support what they're doing. If they're interested in something, bring things out into their environment that will further their exploration and their understanding of the concepts or ideas that they're working with.
I would imagine books would be a great tool to capture some of those interests.
The whole language celebration is so fabulous at this age. The books, they're interested in books. They want to have dialogues about concepts around the books and the pictures, and they're starting to make those connections. They love to talk and talk and talk and talk. I used to put my son up on the counter.
That's where friends like Noah come in handy.
And I would just, you know, we'll be preparing a meal, and he'd be slicing things, talking away, and I say, yes, it's great. Oh, wow, tell me more. It was wonderful. But, you know, the talking and the conversation and role modeling those kinds of skills and how to have a conversation and listen and are really important role for the adult.
With all this newfound power, what if they start to get a little drunk with power and they become bossy? What do you do then?
When you make sure you realize that they realize that they're the child and they're 4 and that you're the parent and you're there to guide them and keep them safe, and when they cross that boundary, they need to step back.
And what are some of the phrases that we can use to do that without offending their newfound power?
I really see this as interesting to you, but that's Mommy's job. Or I know you love to stay up and be with us and tell us stories, but it's bedtime now. Mm-hmm. Just simple. It's what it is.
I need to bring you home.
I need to bring
she
you
always
home
has that's why I always ask her for the phrases. Give us the tools. Right. We're hearing some great information today about 4-year-olds, such as each 4-year-old is unique, but particular milestones do indicate healthy development. For example, look for your kids to more frequently engage in dramatic play. Start to develop friendships. Continue to develop physical mobility and language skills. Also, remember that it's important to talk frequently with your 4-year-old. Read books together and encourage her to create her own stories. And finally, follow your child's lead and respond to her interests and growing abilities. Be sure to schedule regular health checkups and consult a pediatrician if you have concerns about your 4-year-old's development. Thank you, Irene, for your letter. And if you have a question that you'd like us to answer, visit our website at the address you see on your screen, or write us at a place of our own, KCET Television, 4401 Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90027. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Coming up next, an activity that overflows with learning. We're talking about your 4-year-old's development today. And imagination expert Alec Kokiko is here with a really creative idea. Hi, Alec.
Hi, Debbie.
What do you have for us today?
Oh, watch this. We're making homemade volcanoes today.
Look at that.
Isn't that cool?
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. You can see why 4-year-olds like this.
Oh, yeah, I could see how any kid would like this, but especially a 4-year-old.
Mm-hmm. What I really like about it is it engages children on every level. You know, there's language development. When they are watching this, they're talking to their peers, they're talking to adults. You know, there's a lot of open-ended questions that you can be asking when you're doing this activity. There's thinking skills. Children are observing what they see and they're making conclusions. And then there's also, they're fostering their imagination. You know, how is this volcano built? How can we, you know, put this together? And what other things can we do with it?
Right, and I could see how this would go into some dramatic play later.
Oh, definitely.
You know, with their little dinosaurs or whatever they're doing.
Definitely. It can expand into that for sure.
Is there Kool-Aid in this?
Yes, there is. There's flavored drink mix.
Flavored drink mix, okay. Now, so what do we need to make our volcanoes?
All you need, so simple. All you need is sand.
Sand.
Little water to get the sand to mold nicely for you.
So you just want it to be moldable.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, you pour the water and get the sand nice and wet, and then you need some flavored drink mix.
Okay.
You need some vinegar, and you need...
Wait, can I ask a question about the flavored drink mix?
Yes.
Do you choose red?
You can choose red. You can choose red, but you know, you can get really creative. Once my children do it the first time, I put in all different sorts of colors in there.
Okay, I just didn't know if you wanted red because lava is red.
Right. Well, it's to simulate, you know, a volcano, but really this is an activity of chemical reaction here.
Okay. So we have our flavored drink.
Yeah, flavored drink mix and then baking soda. Really simple. After you build your mound, you're going to put a little bit of the flavored drink mix inside of the hole. You take up your finger, make a little hole on the top, and your children are perfectly capable of doing this. You know, I instruct my children to do this all the time. Then I give them spoons and they scoop out the baking soda. I have a little cup of vinegar for them, and I offer them either an eyedropper or a turkey baster for them to use these muscles here and to pour
Let's do it again?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
oh, that's fun. Now, do you need the flavored drink mix, or where's the chemicals coming from?
You don't need the flavored drink mix. The chemicals are when the baking soda and the vinegar come together. That's your reaction.
Okay.
It's just a natural reaction. So the flavored drink mix is just an additive. I like it because it engages the children on every sense. They're smelling it. They're seeing it.
They're hearing it.
They can touch it. They can hear it. It's just wonderful for 4-year-olds because it piques every piece of their curiosity.
Can I try
it? For them, sure, of course.
So it's just the little?
Yes, little. You want to put a little baking soda?
Okay.
Okay, and we can, if you want to have the color, let's put a little bit of drink mix in there.
Okay.
Okay, now go ahead and see what happens.
I hope mine works like yours did.
It's going to.
Oh, it did.
Of course.
Look at that.
And you know, that's another thing. It is a successful activity every single time.
And again, why do 4-year-olds like this so much?
I love it. The curiosity factor of it, you know. They are, you know, there's language development, they're thinking about this, and they're fostering their imagination.
Yes, they are. And this is pre-science.
Pre-science, definitely, because of that chemical reaction that's happening there. And you're introducing that scientific language, you know. Do you see the chemical reaction? And then, you know, they're emulating, I'm making a chemical reaction.
Right.
I've had children tell me they're making chemical XYZ, you know, and, you know, I get goggles out, that's the dramatic play part coming into it. It just really goes places.
Good for kids of all ages?
Yes, it's perfect for 4-year-olds though, but younger children can do it. You might have to set it up for them, but this is just perfect for 4-year-olds.
Alec, is this a good activity for children of all abilities?
Definitely. You want to tailor the activity to each child's individual need.
This was really fun. Thank you for bringing in such a creative idea. What a fun activity. Here's how making a homemade volcano can help your 4-year-old's development. First, it will encourage your child's language development as your 4-year-old is learning verbal expression and conversational abilities. Next, your kids will be developing thinking skills by observing the chemical reactions, asking questions, and drawing conclusions. And finally, it can foster your kids' imagination as they figure out how things work. If you want instructions for creating your own homemade volcano or information on milestones for 4-year-olds, visit our website or write us with a self-addressed stamped envelope at A Place of Our Own. KCT Television, 4401 Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90027. Remember, today's letter came from Irene, so keep those letters, emails, and ideas coming. Thanks to Ronnie, Sandra, Sonia, Susan, Alec, and all the kids for joining us today. And remember, you are your child's first teacher. We'll see you next time on A Place of Our Own.
Exclusive corporate funding for A Place of Our Own is provided by...
Is it possible to have a car and a clean environment? Can solar power become mainstream? Can business be a force for good? We think so. And the people of BP are going beyond petroleum to try.
Major funding is also provided by...
It's just a donut. It's just a donut and some cookies. It's just a donut, cookies, and some soda. But it's not just that. It's obesity, it's type 2 diabetes, it's heart disease, and it's in your hands.
We are your children. We are your future. We are First 5LA champions for our children.
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional support is provided by the following.
We are PBS.
Today on A Place of Our Own, how parents can work together to help their kids, plus how you can spread the word about activism to help your entire community. That's all coming up on A Place of Our Own. Hi, I'm Debbie Gutierrez, and welcome to A Place of Our Own. A Place of Our Own is designed just for you. Parents, grandparents, child care providers, babysitters, anyone who takes care of young children. As you know, the early years of childhood are so important. Every interaction you have with your child during these years is a learning opportunity. That's why you are your child's first teacher. We all know that as parents, participation in the lives of our children is essential. But did you know your participation can be extended into your community also? We call it parent activism, banding together to make improvements in the lives of our children. Whether it's a bake sale to raise money for new equipment, or a parent-teacher night to discuss a community issue. With parent activism, advocacy is the key. Today we'll meet parents and grandparents who have gone the distance and made improvements in their school and community. Parent activism, that's our topic today on A Place of Our Own.
Exclusive corporate funding for A Place of Our Own is provided by...
Is it possible to have a car and a clean environment? Can solar power become mainstream? Can business be a force for good? We think so. And the people of BP are going beyond petroleum to try.
Major funding is also provided